Welcome to Casey Stadium here for the NICL West Women's Grand Final. I'm joined by Sophie Jennings. Hi, Soph.
Hi, Mads. How you going?
Good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Awesome. So the two teams we got today are Hoppers Crossing Hurricanes, who will be batting first, and Cranbourne Kings. Team sheets on screen. If Sophie, you'd like to go through them.
Yeah. So for Hoppers, we have Zoe and Tamsin, who are batting first. Zoe Griffiths on strike, Tamsin Wright off strike. We got Liz Pearce and Janelle Hayhurst, Alana Misson, Hayley Landy, Bryony Polkinghorn, and Sue Rose. Over on the Cranbourne Kings, we have Danielle Montague, Donna Jones, Ella Bolsh, Sandy Davis, Julia Crothers, Kat Gemini, Nicole Martin, and Amy Melford. Looks like Amy Melford will be opening the bowling as well.
Yeah, it does. I think Amy Melford's been one of the strike bowlers for the Kings this year. She's taken 4 wickets so far, and I'd be banking on Marto's picked her here, so they can try and get a couple early ones.
Marto's a very smart captain. She'll have definitely planned a lot of this out in her head. She's very experienced knowing who she's bowling to and who she's facing up against.
Yeah, it'll be a good contest hopefully tonight. Hoppers Crossing have averaged 124 this season compared to the Kings 94. And started off with a nice single off the legs there for Zoe.
Yeah. It's always good, even if it's not off your bat, you can make a run on the first ball. I don't know.
Yeah.
It always makes you feel a little bit better.
Settles the nerves a little bit, getting off the mark early.
It's a nice shot.
Yeah. An interesting field that Cranbourne have gone there straight up for Tamsin with two on the offside 3 line and just the one fielder on the leg side.
I think there's obviously a plan for both the batters targeting Tamsin more on the offside.
Well fielded by Kat at the back there, just the single.
She does like a good offside down up Tamsin, so maybe they're hoping that if they had more people there, they can smother it a little bit more. And she does play it very, very late.
Yes. Also a little bit of probably just trying to get into her head, trying to make her change something.
Yeah. And you can see it kind of work on that ball. Instead of hitting the side, and it just went straight up.
Yeah.
And then with a dive to get back. It'll be interesting to see how they go. I think both these batsmen are very down-up heavy batsmen. They're not much of drivers, either of them. So it'll be interesting to see if they're forced to, at what point what will happen.
Well negotiated by Zoe there. The full toss can often bring quite a few more wickets than it should. And we're off to a good start there for Hoppers Crossing. 8 off the over.
4 and 4, very even start.
Yeah. Always a good to get a good start for the first over.
Yeah.
So
we've got Julia Crothers on next. With a new ball, she can tend to get a little bit of swing, so that might work in her favour tonight. Or
yep, I think so. One of the Victorian under-21 players who, by all reports, did pretty well at Nationals and performed well.
It's a solution, I reckon.
Yeah, that's right. Get them out of the way early.
Exactly. And as I always said, it's the secret formula. It's a wide or a no ball, then a wicket,
Yeah.
Do you think it's a strategy in particular, bowling around the wicket, or?
I think she might find that she tends to fall over a little bit, so I think she feels coming around the wicket, maybe that helps her stand up a bit taller.
Ooh, well
and it seemed to pay dividends
exactly.
there. I'm pretty happy with the bowling around the wicket there.
Yeah, it's not a bad result, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not. Very good shape too.
Yeah.
Not an easy ball to cock first up.
Nah. It shaped well. It was nice and full, and just moved enough that she couldn't readjust her shot fast enough for it to work. It's a good ball.
Score's back down to 7 now.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's
definitely a leg side, but I don't know.
Yeah,
it's one of those ones you can if you're on a roll, you don't really mind it, and you can kind of go, oh, there we go. You're too scared to hit. There you go, full toss. Well stopped by Kat.
Yeah, those ones are tough to keep off the back net at times. Always
Yeah.
put the seaver under pressure there.
Yeah, when you have to sprint to the corner and it could bounce either way or up or down, you know.
Yeah.
Try to stick a hand on it. I've never been able to receive it myself, but
Oh, neither. Do it here and there, but it's a thankless job, I reckon.
yeah, exactly. It was an up and down over.
Yeah, a bit like the keeping. You like to go unnoticed. I
Yeah.
reckon you've done a pretty good job if no one pays much attention to you.
Exactly. So she finished on 1 for 10. So it was some good balls and some looseners, and they're on 18.
Yeah, I think this is a really good start for Hoppers Crossing here.
Mm.
They're doing really, really well.
They both look comfortable is the main point.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them have looked particularly under pressure.
Yeah, both of them are very strong batters. I know Tamsin's, I think she's made about 130 runs this season, and Zoe's nearing that 200 run mark, which is really solid thing. And I mean, their team's always been high scoring all season, but these two always get them off to a good start.
I think you're very confident when you reach for those no balls like Zoe did, because I think you're watching the ball quite closely if you're confident enough to try and get those extra runs instead of just leaving it.
Yeah. Oh, sharp bit of fielding in the front court there by Ella.
Exactly.
Putting Zoe under pressure at the keeper's end.
She's had 2 or 3 years of opens now?
2, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think this year was her second year.
Yeah. You can always see a lot of, small improvements in the bowling and the fielding and the speed of everything when people have gotten a lot more training or been exposed to some more experienced people.
Yeah.
You know? When you're training with the likes of Mardo and Polks and everything, you can just see some more sharpness into your own game.
Definitely. Sandy's bowling really well here. She's forcing the batters to drive and creating those chances.
Yeah, they don't look as comfortable. They look like they're kind of searching more for a gap than low down than high up. They can't get the ball up there.
I think they both tend to like the pace coming on to the bat. Sandy provides that little bit of something different.
Which is consistent. It was an extra or 2, but when she gets it on, she can get it on a coin kind of thing. Like she's consistent enough. But she goes 0 for 10. Zoe on 18, Tam on 10.
And Hopper's on to 28 here. I think Cranbourne will be looking for a couple wickets to hopefully peg them back down.
Yeah, it's a good first skin. But the last over can always bring up a downfall for either side.
Yeah.
And they got Kat. She was the captain of her Vic side this year.
Yeah, the victorious under-17 blue side.
Who successfully won. And so maybe...
Yeah, they did really well all week. I'm
undefeated.
not sure. Yeah, I think they were undefeated.
Undefeated.
For sure. It was a very, very good grand final. They put the foot on the throat and never let it up.
Exactly.
Which is what you want to see. Kat's one of those bowlers that you can rely on more often than not to bowl these 4th overs and not give away too many extras, which is what you're looking for.
She's a stump-to-stump bowler. And she's turned to spin and outdoor, actually.
Oh, I did hear that. There's a few of those going around. I mean, Addie Campion bowls a bit of off-spinning outdoor and gentle mediums in indoor. But she puts them on a dime.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice full length. Oh, that wasn't well. I think Tamsin had a bit of a brain fade there.
Oh, I don't know whether she thought she was deeper in her crease or that it had hit the stumps or what, but...
Well, it did. It did look like it either grazed the stump or went close to enough. You could see it moving on the replay there.
And Danny just couldn't quite find that ball in time.
It was a nice length though.
I think I gave Kat a bit of the commentator's curse just then. stitched her right up. Two balls to go here with the score on 38.
There's nothing too wrong with a lot of the bowling so far. It's just they're very comfortable with these shots, and there's only been a few balls in all 4 overs where they've actually looked uncomfortable. So it's not like they're bowling horribly. It's just not.
Then not at all. They're just playing percentage cricket, taking the safe shots.
Yeah.
More than happy to take the tour ball.
Yeah.
Which, as you can see, even with losing a wicket, they're on 40 with 1 ball to go. So
Exactly.
it's clearly worked pretty well for them.
It's a smart and experienced way to bat.
Sorry, Kat, that's on me.
You just don't let Kat listen to the commentary after the game, I don't reckon. No, it's a very experienced and well thought out first pair. It's a great lead to start with. 44 off the first.
And 23 and 21 apiece,
Yeah.
so that's
Very
pretty even.
Yeah.
What you like to see.
Yeah. You get a quite even batting pace, I think, if you play that smart 2-2 game, because you're,
rotating the strike quite a lot. Next into bat, we have Alana Misson, if I pronounced that correctly, I'm sorry, and Hayley Landy, both members of the Victorian under-17 blue side.
Yep. I believe Hayley Landy was the player of the final.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was, and I think she was right up there with the player of the series, from memory.
I think she was up there.
But yeah, she had a really good game.
Yeah. Ilana on strike first, Hayley on the leg side, 3 off strike.
And Danny Montague to bowl here, another one of the Kings wicket takers. She hoops the ball at good pace and see how she goes.
There.
He wanted to give it. Andrew Parker, the umpire, his hand was coming up.
He had a few decisions to make then, and he went up, down, and decided on not out.
I reckon the ball did hit the stump, but it didn't dislodge it there in the replay.
It's a hard choice. It's hard things if it's that fast.
A good catch by Marto there. Having Julia's back.
Yeah. Just waiting for the ball, not wanting to chase it around the net, just waiting for it to get to her.
Yeah, those are hard ones. You can only ever be made to look silly if you drop those ones. But that's two edges now off the first 2 balls, so Danny's really put them under pressure here.
It's a very fast action. So where she generates a lot of her pace from. You can see it more in outdoor, especially when she has a longer run-up. She doesn't run in as fast as you would expect, but then she has a very fast action, so...
Yeah. Very consistent bowler too.
It's that nice full length that was... you're not sure if you're going to go back or forward.
Yeah.
And then, that hint of swing in there makes it even harder, because then that's when you end up with your edges.
3rd ball here, so for those new to indoor cricket, score must change every 3 balls. And they got the run there, just coming off Hayley Landy's bat. Hayley Landy's leg, sorry. And scampering through for the single.
Well footed by Ella. Good desperation.
Yeah.
It's a long way down when you're that tall, and it was a good dive, good effort. It's been a hard first over for Hoppers and a good first over coming back for Cranbourne.
And -2 to finish off the over. So, what have you thought of this NICL competition that's come in across the last couple of years?
I think it's a really good competition. I mean, it brings together some of the world's best players in indoor cricket to play against each other, and so it's good for them to train against each other, play against each other, so they can develop more, but it's also just great to watch, because you're watching some of the best people batting and bowling against each other. I mean, it's really entertaining. Yeah. And with the live streams every Saturday or Sunday night with these finals and regulars over the state, I can look at WA one night and the next week look at South Australia. So
yeah, it's very nice to tune in on a Sunday night
And
Good
then
way to finish the weekend.
exactly. And you got a nice 4 from Alana to bring her off to a new start this over.
Yeah, off Donna Jones, or lovingly known as DJ.
Maybe next time we can get her on the booth down the corner there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's always hard when you come off a negative first over to come back swinging for a 4, but it was good confidence.
Yeah. I think that's the good thing we see now, especially with the younger ones, is that no fear and especially these two backing their ability. You know, if they go out, that's okay, but you know, to continue playing their shots, and I think that's a really good thing that we've started to drive through the junior program.
Exactly.
You know, you'd rather that than the kids be tentative and not having a crack.
And she's a big fan of the driving, Alana. And I think playing in this competition with, you know, such experienced people, you can only get more and more confident in your own skills, you know, because you have the support around you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even if your first few games your knees are shaking a little bit, you get to the finals like this and you're comfortable enough to do your shots.
I mean, the Kings won't mind this, seeing these two drive. You know, it brings their front court and the three-liners right into play, and gives them a lot of opportunity. So I don't think they'll be disheartened at all by that 4 and the 3 that Alana hit.
No.
It brings them right back into the game here.
Exactly. I mean, as a bowler, I would always prefer it along the ground, even if it was a higher score, because you know that could have been either way for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fingers on leg side, Donna finishes on 11, but doesn't reflect what I think Marta was hoping for, which was the driving, as Maddie said. And we got Marta herself to come on.
Yep. What are the odds on a man cad, you reckon?
Oh, she's been sitting on the three line all day looking down, so I'm pretty sure she's trying to observe them.
Look, if at this stage she still manages to get one, that's squarely on the batters.
Oh, squarely.
It's part and parcel of the game. A lot of people don't like it, but those that can pull it off well, it definitely brings the crowd into it. Some love it, some hate it, but it gets them right fired up.
It's a controversial topic, but either way, at the end of the day, it's -5, so it's a wicket.
And something like that can just change the game.
Exactly. I've seen many man-cads in very important situations. I've seen many aeroplanes by the bowler and the commentator.
We do love a good aeroplane.
It's a good celebration.
Yeah, a few years ago. I think it was Dubbo that I pulled that one off.
No, come on, you remember it was the final and the last over.
To be fair, I think I might have been telling everyone all week I was going to do it, so I was pretty surprised that I got it. Marta had said she wanted one and I delivered.
Exactly. I mean, it was all on the other players. Honestly, they should have really known.
Yeah, shout out to the Lennon sisters there.
It's been a good over for both teams.
Oh, opportunity there in the front court. Hard one. Sandy diving to her left, almost got there.
Just what you brought up and what we were talking about with the driving. You know, Alana got a 4 just before, and you know, Kat stopping a few, but then you get those chances as well. So, and Nick is very consistent on the length she's bowling.
Yeah.
18 off that, 9 off that over for 18 total.
Yep.
10 and 8 are the respective scores for Alana and Hayley.
Well, I think the Kings will be hoping to keep hoppers somewhere around the 100 to 110 mark. We've seen this year, especially in the women's West Zone, we've had the scores increase a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, what used to be that 80 to 90 would get you the win is now we're looking at more the 110, 120 scores, which is a positive thing. We're still seeing quite a lot of wickets, but just more free-flowing and a lot more attacking batting probably from our batters.
I think it's also just the development of the different teams. I mean, we have such strong east sides as well, such strong juniors going through.
Misfielded there by Amy. I think she was just trying to hit those stumps before she had the ball there. We're all
guilty of that one. Trying to spend it before we have it. Just unfortunate if you're the receiver. As you said, thankless job. If she stopped it, no fuss, no one would have thanked her. But
It was good to see that her teammates got up there and got around her, though.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. We all play because we love the game and we enjoy spending time with our teammates.
Exactly.
So.
You end up being quite a family with the people you know throughout the years.
Yeah.
Sometimes you end up knowing too much about someone if you spend a whole week with them, but no, it's lovely.
Good glove work there by Dunny.
Yeah, she has nice, sharp hands. I've only had to do some, backup keeping. I'm not that good at it at all, but I always find taking it when the bowler's bowling, I get so confused when it's swinging because I can't read. I can't read it when I'm batting. I can't read it when I'm keeping. So it'll go straight through the batsman and straight through me, but there's a net behind you, so I'm saved.
So Kat's bowling her second over here, so she's been bowled out quite early. That's something that Mato tends to do if she feels like the bowler can get a wicket. It doesn't matter if they've already bowled one or none. She'll give them a go.
And Kat would know those two girls very well. Them all playing the same side together. So Kat finishes on 0 for 27, and Alana finishes on 14, and Haley finishes on 15. I think Cranbourne would have liked to take a few more of those chances they built up, but it was a strong pair by Hoppers.
Yes. Score moves on to 73 there at the start of the 9th over, and we've got Liz Pearce and Kerry Garland into bat now.
I'm just going to swap over to Addie Campion in the very slick jumper.
She claims that she's the real big dog, so we'll get her in here.
Exactly.
Shout out to Sportscast, the official broadcast partner of the National Indoor Cricket League. It's great to have them on board, and great to have Addie Campion with me in the commentary box.
Good
Hey,
afternoon, Maddie. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's only been a couple hours.
It's a no ball off the pitch to start off.
I think it was front foot.
Oh, front foot. I was going to say I thought it was on the pitch.
No, Andrew Parker didn't make that bad of a call there. They do a good job, our umpires. They cop a lot. But,
Yes. And they will definitely be copping a lot of appeals from Cranbourne Kings. They love to have a big appeal, put a bit of pressure on the umpire.
Yep. Nice bit of in-swing coming again our way here with Julia bowling her second over.
Yeah, just a fraction bit too full there. To any experienced batter, it's too easy to get away. And yeah, she's just hit a safe zone in the corners there. If she can pull that back a bit using that swing, that's going to be really tough to pace.
Oh. Well bowled and well played.
Yeah. Kerry is really good at just working the gaps around, and she did that perfectly there on the leg side, just split the gap.
I think that's a wicket over on the other court. We've got the NICL East Grand Final between the Northcote Pirates and Casey Stars.
Yep, I am coaching over there currently, so I don't want to hear that there was a wicket.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Well played. Oh, that's through.
Oh.
Diving effort from Kat, but fantastic shot from Kerry. As we said, she just pitched up a little bit too full and put away. Fantastic shot.
So on the other court, we've got Northcote on 37, partway through the 9th over. How was it going over there, Addie?
Yeah, well, we had a fantastic start in the first pair, making 31. Just was a very clinical performance, and then unfortunately we had a few wickets in the second pair, and it ended up on 10, so finished strong, but that's all right.
How have you enjoyed coaching the girls?
I absolutely love it, and I could not have been given a better bunch of girls to work with.
That's good. Oh. Where's the first slip?
Yeah.
Ella Bulch coming
Really
in,
well
bowling
bowled.
some express heat over here.
Yeah, she's looking zippy today.
Yeah, she
I won't tell her that. Her head might get a little bit too big. But
already taken 9 wickets for the year, and I will be very surprised if she doesn't add to that, averaging only 4.5
well bowled
runs
again.
and over conceded. So
Yeah. That's just that awkward length there where you're not sure whether to go on the front foot or back foot, and it cramps you up a little bit. So really well bowled by Ella.
yeah, she really uses her height to bang it in and get it get the batsman in uncomfortable positions.
Yeah, and she's been working on a slower bowl out of the back of the hand of it this season. And 2 weeks ago she brought it out and it was fantastic. So I'm hoping today she brings one out.
I thought you were about to stitch her up there and say it was a beamer or something like that, but it's good to hear that she's got it.
No, last week
got
in
it
the
down
final
pat.
she was bowling the last over and I was trying to get her to bowl one at me, but
Didn't happen.
didn't happen.
Couldn't quite get what you wanted there.
Yeah. So she's moved the field over to 2 on the leg side, so looking to target probably the hip line a little bit more.
And she executes that perfectly, bringing Sandy right into play. That's exactly what you want to see.
That is awesome.
There's nothing worse than moving your field and then not quite executing.
You bowl a full outside off.
Yeah, and the captain looks at you like, what's going on, mate?
No, I'm sure Marta will be very impressed with this so far. Oh, and again.
Oh.
Don't rub it.
Never show that sign. Third ball coming
It'll be
in,
interesting to
so
see if she sticks with the same plan here and tries to hit that line, or she's going to go a more full outside off line.
Well, I think Kerry tends to come at the ball a little bit on third ball, so either that wide Yorker, I reckon, or even go over the head if she's coming at you.
You've called it.
Yeah.
She did come at it, but the biggest thing that we tell with our juniors is third ball, make sure it comes out of the middle. We don't care
Yep.
as long as it comes out of the middle. And that is exactly what happened
Hit
there.
it and
It
get
wasn't
off.
the prettiest third ball, but it was bat
Very
and ball.
effective.
Oh, we're on the rebuild on the other court.
Oh, up to 48. That's what we like to see.
It's fantastic seeing on the other court. We've got an under 17 side versus an under 14 side. So just looking over at that court and seeing all the juniors coming through is pretty special.
Oh,
Oh, no.
do we have an injury here maybe?
Yeah.
Kerry looks like maybe hurt her ankle or something, I think.
That's not good. We never want to see that.
Yeah, but my ankle or maybe the knee. I know she's had a few knee issues.
Okay. Well, we're hoping that she's all right and can come back on at some stage.
We'll make use of the 2-minute allotted injury time you get here.
Yeah. I was just saying it's pretty special to have all the juniors on one court and then looking over at some of the legends of the game on this court with your Nick Martins, Polkinghorn. It's pretty special to see that jump up here.
Even the likes of Liz Pearce and Donna Jones, who have been around for a few years and are absolute legends of the game and great to learn from.
Yeah, too right.
I think we see Janelle Hayhurst coming on here to bat, so Kerry unfortunately won't be finishing her innings, and I hope she's okay.
Yeah, wishing the best to you, Kez. It's tough to be put in this position for Nelly now as well. Coming out, wasn't ready. Here you go, face 2 overs.
Yeah, it can go one way or the other. It can be great, or it can be a nightmare and let's dig a hole in the court here and get me out of here.
Oh, no. Well bowled. That is a fantastic bowl to someone who's just come out and have to bat.
Well, perfect ball, and I think that's the start you just don't want when you're coming on halfway through a pair.
Yeah, did you jinx her a little bit?
Oh, I think
Was that you,
I've done
Mads?
that a couple times. I jinxed Kat earlier.
Oh, no. That's okay. Well, that means you've got one on both sides.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
even.
I reckon so too. Doing my bit. That's
There we
more
go.
like what Nelly would have been wanting to start off with.
Yep. Opts to not run a second. These courts do have very deep corners and we do see a few seconds, but Nelly had ran all the way through.
Yeah. It's interesting. Some of the courts are different dimensions to each other, so this court's definitely a lot easier to try and run those seconds on than some of the shorter courts on the other side.
Yep, and your drives, you get a lot more merit for them.
A lot
well
more
bowled.
room.
Really well bowled. It's a bit of late in-swing to the left-hander, out-swing to the right. Oh. And they've run a double.
They've run a double. They've
Exactly what
almost
we're
collided
talking
mid-pitch,
about.
but they've done that really, really well.
Yep.
No call there, so
Yeah.
the fielders up the back court didn't
It's a
really know what
sneaky
was
one.
going on. That's gives yourself the best opportunity to get through, I reckon.
I cannot stand it as a receiver when I have no idea what's going on.
I think that's your
Great effort.
fielders there. Yeah, diving effort by Danny first on the 3-line, and then DJ off her own bowling to try and take that catch.
Yep, the commitment is there. It's the big game.
What we love to see, put the bodies on the line.
And that fuller length is just bringing in a little, some more chances. So it's good to see.
What was that? Oh,
If that hit, it could have been close.
I reckon it would have been. Not sure if we'll get a replay here.
Yeah, usually short outside off is Nelly will bang you up for 2 there. Don't give her too much room.
Yeah,
Prefer to
bread
be
and butter.
tying her up. Oh,
Oh,
shot!
Liz Pearce has gone, that's enough. I'm coming down the pitch
Yeah.
and taking you out of here.
And did it perfectly.
She's seen the ball enough that she's like, see you later. Oh, I reckon,
Ooh,
yeah, I
yep.
reckon
Direct hit would have had it.
direct hit Nelly would have been out before.
Get in your guts, Nell.
Yeah. Gotta love the good dive. End up with quite a few bruises from it, don't we?
Yeah. Polky just coming past, letting us know she's batting by herself. Maybe drop the bat and run.
Yeah, so you're safe at the other end and you come back.
Yeah.
In all honesty, if I was Cranbourne, I'd be wanting someone to bat with her.
Yep, 100%. Really well bowled from Danny, just hitting that awkward knee length that all she can do is tuck it into the corner.
Yeah.
But she's tucked it in the corner very well for 1.
Yes, she is. I wouldn't like to see Polky facing 24 balls if I was on the
No,
opposition.
not at
That
all. That's not fun.
that wouldn't go down too well, I don't
Usually we
think.
try and keep her off strike as much as possible. Oh, there's a chance and taken.
Taken.
Well
Nice.
bowled and good safe hands. Just that late-ish outswing that has brought her edge with not much foot movement and gone into the hands.
Yeah, I think Nelly was through
Good
the
ca-
shot
Oh,
a little bit there. Oh,
It was
nice
the juggle.
Take it
Good
on the
job,
second
Jules.
grab. That's all right. Yeah, I think
You gotta-
Nelly was just a little bit too early through that shot there and closed the face of the bat off.
Well bowled again. Liz is seeing them really well here.
Yep. She's looking to take the game back at the bowlers and put the pressure back on them.
Yep. This is a crucial last 3 balls here, I'd say.
I reckon
They
if
can,
they can nab a
get-
wicket here.
yep, game on.
Oh, again off that edge.
Yep. They do need that slip in there. Put her in. Maddie's asking for it.
Look, the Perkins brothers talk about it a bit. I reckon the day I see it in an indoor game is going to be very interesting.
Great shot.
Great.
Just full face of the bat. Banged up into the springs.
Bubba's been absolutely clinical here today.
Yep.
Whether she's coming down the ball or rocking back and putting it up for 2, her timing's been on point.
And good bowl to finish from there, Danny.
Dot.
Full on
28.
the stump. She bowls that line really well, and as a batter, you just got to respect that one.
Respect it. Yeah. 28 off the pair, 23 to Liz Pearce, and 5 to Kerry/Nelly.
Yeah, the combo.
I'll put the combo in there, and Nelly gets to have another crack here with
Kelly. Kelly, we'll call it.
Kelly. We'll call it Kelly, all right. With Pulks at the other end, so hopefully for Hoppers Hurricane, she's got her eye in and is ready to go here. And
Here we go. Alice just signalled the back of the hand slower ball, so if she doesn't bowl it, I'm going to be very disappointed.
you know what? I reckon go first ball. Element of surprise.
Ella!
Ella, first ball. Quite often the change-up's expected, 3rd and 4th ball. I reckon just go first ball here.
Yeah, not a bad option. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Yep, so Nelly and Polks to close. They've batted together a lot, and in particular in ICL, they always close very strongly. So
Yeah,
it's going to be a really tough 4 overs here, and Cranbourne's going to have to work really hard. There it is.
There it,
Oh, and dot ball.
must have hit it.
No, I think that's gone past in the line there.
Have
And
a
that's the
look at
whole
the replay
idea of
here.
of a change-up ball is that Nally did not pick that at all. Had no idea what was going on.
That's a very, very tight call, but well judged. Better for the doubt goes to the bowler there.
Yeah, well, I like the idea of rewarding a bowler on their change-up.
Yeah. Normal bowl, we'll call it a wide. Change up, all right,
Yeah.
no worries.
If you've got the guts to do it, there's the reward.
So Polky's already made 195 runs for the season here and is looking to build on that.
Just a lazy season.
Oh,
from
just
Polks.
a lazy season.
And there's 5 to add to the tally. She hasn't missed too many of those.
Nah,
You can't be bowling there.
not going to miss too many full tosses, Polky. She really makes you pay for them.
Again, with this court having huge corners, it's free pickings.
Yeah.
Well bowled, good shot.
Well played by Nelly there.
Yeah, she plays that really well. She just rocks back and lays on it. Oh no.
That's
Oh!
almost running out off the 7, but Polky's just picked that up off a half volley and almost
She's
drop kicked it to
dispatched.
the back for a 7.
Yeah.
It's a good
That is a
old-fashioned drop kick.
fantastic shot. Oh. Bad luck, Ella.
She had the courage to bowl the slow ball there a few times. 17 off the over stings a little
Yeah,
bit
that
though.
does hurt, especially when we're looking to tie this pair down a little bit.
Marto on to bowl here.
The wicket taker
Yes,
can take wickets.
can take a lot.
It's a great start there. In at that awkward line, but Polky's good enough to push that in the gap for 2.
Yeah, Marto's taken 6 wickets so far this year. The Cranbourne girls have all been pretty spread and pretty even, which is what you like to see, but hopefully for Cranbourne's sake,
She
she
seems to
can jab
just,
a couple here.
there's
Oh,
one. Good
Good traffic
service
there.
would have had her, I'd say.
yeah, would have been close.
Yeah, Marto just has a knack of taking wickets in crucial times, and
Yeah.
Even at Nationals, I'm pretty sure she was one of the leading wicket takers, and so that's saying something at that level.
Yeah, she definitely stands up when her side needs her.
Yeah, but unfortunately that ball is not going to be taking a wicket. We've learnt from the first over, if we bowl too full to Polks, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. Both Marto and Polks are those players that tend to rise for the big occasions.
Yep.
Oh,
Good little edge there. Enough of the bat to get it through the field.
change of field here. Now, this is normally Marto's key thing for them taking a man cab. What do we think?
Surely not.
I did say last time she bowled that I really wanted to see one.
Good fielding from Danny there. Yeah, well, something needs to happen now.
Yeah. What do you think Cranbourne have got to do to get back into this fielding innings?
To be honest, I think that from what I've seen, the bowling, there hasn't been a consistent plan in place. So it's really, there we go, chance. Oh, just not out.
It's very close. We'll have a look on the replay coming up on your screens in a minute.
Yep, direct hit would have been out. It's the old full toss, I'm telling you, it gets wickets. Maybe that's what they should start doing, is bowling some full tosses.
Yeah, the full tosses or the double bouncer, I reckon.
Yeah, the double bouncer. No, personally, I think that there hasn't been too much of a plan to the bowlers, so they've been bowling full, short, on the legs and on the offside, and that's really tough as a fielding side to get into the game because there is no plan. And so even if that plan is full on the offside and you want to clog up the offside, then at least you're going to be creating some chances and it puts a bit more pressure on the batters. Personally, I think the best plan is to be bowling at the knees, but not everyone can execute that plan. But yeah, it's too tough when we're bowling both sides of the wicket, short, full.
Yeah, hard to get your fielders into the game that way and create chances.
Yep, and quality batters are going to punish you, and that's what we've seen today.
Oh, well fielded there by Marto. Put Polks under real pressure to really stretch to run that one through. Sandy's bowled quite well here. She's Going for a couple ones in this over, but seems to be bowling a bit more consistent than
Yeah,
others.
it's more that.
And I have almost cursed her again.
But so far, whether these are short or fuller, they've mainly been on the stumps, which is then creating a straighter line, so they're either hitting ones or not getting too much on it. So it's a good result.
And Polky
Oh,
has
unlucky.
gone down up 3. Thank you very much. She has
It's really good footwork.
Yeah, she's creamed that Burley and just let it hang nice and high in the net to go for 3. So Burley's the official ball supplier of the National Indoor Cricket League and supplies for national tournaments too, and they do a very good job at that.
Ooh, the sneaky bit of footwork in there.
Bring the good old soccer out. DJ's done well there to stop
Yep. All juniors, please look away.
it. Look, as long as you stop them,
No.
stop them.
Just about one of, I don't have too many clear rules as a coach, but if you use your feet to stop the ball, we're running. Straight up. I'm not dealing with broken ankles.
I had a couple of soccer players in my side at Nationals, and sometimes they didn't even think it was just a reaction. Like the ball would get creamed at them, and they're like, bang, like
Kicking
just
it
stop
onto the
them.
stumps.
Anyone else, they probably would have broken their ankle, but they managed to pull it off a few times.
Some talented players going around.
Yeah.
So Amy Melford to finish off the innings here. I really like watching Amy as a player. She's just really good spirit, both having your team and also to not fun to see her dominate against you, but it's good to see her always enjoying the game.
Yep.
And she's a quality bowler, fielder and batter.
Yeah, she goes about the game the right way, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
What we want all our players to try and do.
Yeah. Well bowled. It's one of the first balls to really seem to trouble Polks, and there's just that awkward sort of length cutting back into her. I'd like to see a few more variations.
Yeah.
Well bowled again.
Good dot ball there. So the score's on to 140 with 2 balls to go in the 16th over here. So looks like it's going to be a big run chase for Cranbourne, but definitely not counting them out of it here.
No, they've got some big hitters in their side.
And I think even as Hoppers have shown, not necessarily needing those big hitters, hitting those 2s and putting that bad ball away is all that it needs to get them up to the 140 here. So.
Yep. And well worked into the leg side there by Nelly. Not a bad bowl, but
That was nice.
sneaky too.
Yep.
So end of the innings, and 141 was it? 142.
142. So Polk's finished on 28 there, and Janelle Hayhurst on 13.
Just a sneaky 28
Just a
off your own
sneaky
stick.
28.
Don't worry
No
about
effort
it.
in it.
Yeah.
Well, not no effort, but just easy as you like. She didn't really seem to be troubled too many times there.
Yeah. I think what you touched on briefly just about going into this batting innings, that you don't need to do anything ridiculous. So playing down ups, and that's what's going to get you there. But if you do get that fuller ball, do punish it. And that's what they did really well, Hoppers, is they got those fuller balls and they drove them into the gaps. They didn't try to hit it too hard and hit fielders.
Yeah.
And then they were just playing their down ups. And it becomes an easy game when you look at it like that.
Oh, it does. And I think the key thing here is if Cranbourne can put 3 really solid pairs up front and then leave their 4th pair to win the game.
Yeah.
I think set it up and take the game as deep as you can.
Yeah.
The deeper you take it, the better chance they have, I reckon. If they come out here and try and win it in the first couple pairs, then it'll go one or two ways. The game will be over pretty quickly, or they'll be almost home and hosed.
Yep, and Hoppers have quite a good bowling side, and so you've got to be careful.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go head back over to the other ground. Northcote, my side, have made 92, and Casey are chasing currently on 4 runs.
That'll be a good contest
yeah,
over there.
it
That's a
should be a
really
good
good
game.
finish, actually. And
Fantastic.
wicket
We've got a
right up.
wicket.
You know what? They seem to be doing pretty well while you've been over here, Ads. Like, if you jinx them, just come back over.
All right,
mate? I'll
easy.
see you soon.
Okay.
Right, thanks, mate. So Sophie Jennings is just coming back into the commentary
Hello,
box. Hey,
Matt.
Soph.
Oh, that was a big finish.
That was a very big finish. So it's an ICL competition. While it's coming to an end in Victoria, we still have the final series coming up in Queensland in September. So the winning teams from each zone of each state will head up there and try and vie for their share of the $45,000 prize money, which is definitely not a bad amount at all to try and win.
It's a nice chunk of change,
That's a
isn't
nice
it?
chunk of change.
It's a nice, I remember last year they had those big novelty checks, and
Yeah, they've had the
it's,
novelty checks for a couple of years. It's
a nice thing to
pretty
hold in your
good,
hand.
yeah.
It's a nice thing to have in the photos. It makes you...
To be honest, I wouldn't mind the smaller one, just the 10 grand, yeah.
Exactly. Or just some
Bank
notes
it
on
in
it.
the check, no worries. Zoe Griffiths to start us off here with a very nice in-swinging delivery to Danny Montague. So we've got Danny and Dono Jones opening up for us.
Exactly. And then if you notice down in the leg side corner, leg side point over there, you got Sue Rose. She's filling in for
sub
Carey.
here.
Yeah.
Did
She brought her kit down just in case, apparently.
Ah.
She's a keen lover of the game.
Did we find out what's happened to Kerry?
Yeah, she's done her calf.
Oh no.
It's she's had the same problem with her calf before. A few times in the last few months, it's kept coming up, and
Yep.
she's been trying to do the rehab for it, but you know.
Unfortunately, couldn't get up.
Yeah, but people are taking care of her nicely over there, and she still has a loud voice on her, so she's still part of the team. And it was nice of Sue to jump in.
Hall of Fame members, a handy person just to jump in and
Exactly.
sub-field for you.
You wouldn't. Maybe. Nah, she's a smart coach. She was a smart player, and she's a good, lively character as well.
Zoe's just pushed that one across. That one didn't quite come back as far as the other ones did.
She gets quite a bit of swing with these balls. That's probably why we want to bowl her nice and early.
Yeah, thanks to Burley, they do a very good job.
It's always nice at the start of a game to just hold it in your hands before the game starts and get a feel for the nice shiny ball.
Danny's ended up on the ground down at the other end. I'm not too sure what happened there. It's all smiles
she
all
looked
around,
a bit
so
sheepish
that's
and a
all
bit
right.
red, so I think she's a little bit embarrassed. But it's a 5-5 for Danny and Donna, and a 10 for Zoe. Good start.
So if you're interested in playing indoor cricket, visit playcricket.com.au to find your nearest centre. We highly recommend it. It's a great format of the game. It's now viewed as the fourth format of cricket, which is a awesome thing, and great to get people involved in it. It's only only takes an hour and a half, and on days like this in Melbourne, you still get your game in.
Yeah, rain, shine, and no matter what the weather, you're going to get a game indoors, and you get to meet nice people, good bit of exercise, but again, much shorter than those test matches.
So we got Janelle Hayhurst, or Nelly, on here to bowl. Bowling her good leg spins.
She rips them.
Oh yeah.
So she got a lot of spin on the ball. She's been playing for Victoria for 20 years, which is the same age as I am, same age as you are.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a long time, a lot of experience.
Yeah, I remember a few years ago when Nelly and I played on the same side, and we've gone for an extra run here, and DJ's gotten through safely. When Nelly was figuring out my age and figured out she debuted in, I think it was 99, so the same year we were born. So.
Yeah. I remember her mum was telling me this recent tournament, and I was just shocked. It's a long time.
Yeah, Pulks and Marto would be around the same. I think they all started in a similar time to each other.
Yeah. But that sneaky run was good because of the eye contact and the wayward throw, and it just
helps you tick the score over and prevent getting on those third balls, which makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference in the confidence of the bowler and the fielders, because the batsmen feel like they're on top. It's not 2 against 8. It's I got you on that one, didn't I? It's a good mood booster as well.
Nelly's given him a real good rip here, but I reckon I'd like to see her bowl a little bit fuller and a little bit straighter, trying to get these two coming out and driving. Especially Danny, she likes to rock back and play her off the back foot, and they both look pretty comfortable doing that here.
Yeah, it's a good leave. Played the stumps up in case it was
So
going the other way.
6 off that over, pretty even over.
Yeah.
But I think Cranbourne are doing the right thing here and just building the score as much as possible, you know,
Exactly.
limiting those outs and giving themselves the best crack here.
Yeah. It was a good rotation to strike. You saw a few times Donna would only get a 1 or a 2, but like straight to the fielder, but they were still rotating it pretty well instead of just waiting for those shots. So. And as you can see, you know, there's 2 skins of 40, but you don't need to win the skins to win the game. So if they work out, you know, divide 142 by 4 and just work slowly with that, you know, you can end up winning the game quite easily.
Yeah, I think for Cranbourne especially, the big importance here is going to be for Danny, Ella and Marto to probably make almost the bulk of their runs. They're all, you know, at that 120 run mark for the season, and I reckon if they all have a good contribution here, that score's going to be right up there.
And I think that the key, if you're looking the other way for the Hoppers, would be for these key wicket takers. You know, you have Polks with 15 wickets for the season, and you've got
that's handy.
And then you've got Helly Landy with 16 wickets for the season. So these are big numbers, and you'd be looking at them for the breakthroughs. You know. Making sure no one's getting too comfortable and rattle them a little bit. So it will be interesting to see when they get bowled and who they get bowled to. But we have Alana bowling now and getting some good pace. She doesn't have the full back to the net run up, but she seems quite comfortable where she is.
Yeah.
Similar to Monty, I think, with a little bit of a faster action.
Yeah.
And going around, so there's a clear plan here. A good off from Nelly. You could see in the first one she was seeing that Monty was going over, but she overshot it a little bit. And it's harder when you're in that leg side position because you've got to try and anticipate, is it in the corner or is it over here, because you have a much wider area when you're by yourself.
Yeah. I really liked Alana's idea to go around the wicket there and bang him in at the body, but I think she probably could have moved that second fielder across to the leg side with the line she was bowling and just back herself there to bring that fielder into play. I mean, they could have had 1 or 2 chances there, and I think that's all they'll need here. They'll only feel like they need 1 or 2 wickets to really put this game away with the score they've put on the board.
I guess that confidence will come as she gets a little bit older. Yeah. You know, you'll see her in the next few years growing and growing. If people are playing this well at this young age, you know, you're very excited to watch the future of cricket.
And we have Polks on to bowl here. Looking to probably nab 1 or 2 of those wickets we spoke about.
Well
that's well played there. And we have the world's tallest cover fielder in play for Hoppers at the moment, Zoe Griffiths.
She's not what you would call
she's not tall,
intimidating,
but she's does a damn good job.
But she has a lot of experience on her side and a lot of knowledge. You know, she knows she can read the ball very well, and I think that helps her a lot more than just natural height, I think.
Yes. She was doing a good job in there at training this morning, so maybe she's turned around and said to Polks, "Yep, I want to go. Give me the go. I've got you, skipper."
So far, this last over has been good cricket from both sides, all aspects. Polks is bowling well, has good shape in good areas, but also trying to get 1s at least.
Yeah, I think this Cranbourne pair would have liked a few of those 1s to try and turn them into 2s here. They're both seeing the ball pretty well, but hitting a lot of those 1s.
Yeah, but I've got to say, there's nothing more frustrating as a bowler, and you would know this more than anyone. When you're bowling at someone and you just want to bowl at that one person, you have a 2 or 3 ball plan, and suddenly they get a sneaky one, and you're just like, I had a plan there going for you.
Overthrows or, you know, the odd just letting it hit the body and running.
Yeah.
You know, that's frustrating for Butter. But these two have finished on 31 there
Yeah.
and really given Cranbourne the platform
Yeah.
to try and go after this. And I mean, we've got Cole Martin and Amy Melford coming in. These two quite often close for Cranbourne, so sending
A strong
the
message.
two strong message that they're right up for the fight here.
Exactly. And it was a stable platform by Monty and Donna there. I think they didn't look too uncomfortable. They didn't try and make that 44 and, go crazy, play outside of themselves. It was just very strong and stable, quite like the first pair of Zoe and Tamsin, where they just played their game quite calmly, which sets a good platform for the next few pairs. Because no pressure, there's no stress already. You can just start, and there's Nellie sitting on the ground, cross-legged.
She's just going to sit there and let the ball hit her, or...
I've never seen the tactic done before, but it's the first time for everything.
Give it a go. And I mean, you made mention to the fact that the first skin got 32 chasing 44, but as we know in finals, those skins aren't as important as they are during the regular season. It doesn't matter if you only win one skin or you win 3. If you win the game, you win the game.
Exactly. It's very important, especially, and you really want to work hard during those round games because every point can add up. You often see the ladder at the end, and it's only a handful of points in it. But with the final, it's all on the line at that last column there, that last 2 numbers. So
we saw that in the first.
Oh, well fielded.
That is out. That is so well fielded by Pulse at the back. That's just.
You
just got to tip your hat to that.
You could just cut that footage and keep replaying. It's good.
And we say it again, it's those full tosses that get wicked.
Yeah.
So,
I think the eyes light up, kid in the candy store, but it was good from Polks. She seems to have
they're not necessarily planned, but
yeah.
Maybe it did come off that one.
Yeah.
Not as
that
much.
no more, maybe not as strategic, but Polks seems to have a beacon for those stumps, doesn't she? She seems to always keep a half an eye on where she's going to throw it next.
Marto brought the tennis racket out there trying to swat it from above her head. Oh, no.
A bit of miscommunication.
That's all right. They got through. Oh, and they're going to get back for the double there. That really
stings,
hurts, Hoppers. That stings, but...
There's a bit of miscommunication from the batters first, and then Hoppers had just put the foot down thinking they got the first wicket, and then they'd taken the second run, so...
Much better communication second time around.
Exactly. Got the nice eye contact the second time, but...
The no-look flick there from Hayley Landy, and it's...
Another double run.
Another double run.
I think these two know each other quite well, and they have very similar styles of play. Very the same similar cheeky smile, I think. So I think
they love it.
They bat well together.
They love it. They both love winding other people up too. And I mean, you see, even with the loss of a wicket there, they've still finished on 6.
Yeah.
That's more than handy.
I think the wicket didn't... I mean, I'm sure Marta would have loved not to have the wicket. I think Marta recognised the great fielding that it was of who Polks was, and she went, doesn't matter, Amy. We're still the same batsmen we already are. We're still very experienced and solid, so let's just keep doing our game. It's a big play to do 2 second runs in the same over you done a wicket, but it just shows the confidence they have in themselves and the next pairs after them. And here we have Hayley.
By the look from Amy Melford's face just then, that definitely was not intentional. That was a bit of a top edge, and it's just flown for 7.
But I reckon she'll come off the court and tell you it was intentional.
I think Marto might, but I think Ames might. Ames might go, nah, mate, that wasn't quite it.
It's a curse of being a spinner, isn't it?
And Marto has just punished that full toss to the back for 5.
Yeah. It was waist high, and I think Marta was very calm about hitting it more downwards, and I think she saw it right out of the hand and knew exactly what she was doing.
First ball was real nice from Hayley. I think she's just over pitching a little bit too much here. Still want to see her giving the ball a rip, but both of these two are looking to come at her, so she can probably just pull her length back a little bit, and they're probably going to run down the pitch at her anyway and try and rip one past them, I reckon. That's better. Oh. Almost an opportunity at the back there for Polks.
Yeah. It's a good stop in the end. He can go very wayward in those corners, and so she got a good handle at the very last minute.
Quicker ball there. A little bit too short, but that's all right.
It's all a learning process.
Spin's a hard art to master, hard craft.
Especially when you're, there we go.
Ooh.
Shake of the head by Marta. She knew that was not what she wanted to do.
That was
And
I reckon she could have left that ball alone, honestly.
She'd gone forward.
And I think she was asking a little bit there for the no ball from Parker.
She'd gone forward and then
She's
back and
not too happy with that call.
no.
No ball for pitch.
But it was a victory for Haley in the end, just to get back a little bit of those runs. And
we saw her the last couple of balls was resorting to bowling a bit more of medium pace and trying to fire them in there.
And we've got Liz, good stop by Nell there.
Nellie's done a great job there. It's almost like a human wall.
Exactly. And sometimes for those ones when they dance at you and you just have to be a human wall, you don't know where it's going to hit you, but you just hope it does.
And very nice shot there by Amy. They're not easy to play like them, those low full tosses. She's done a very nice job there.
Yeah. And good control. You could actually hear the springs there. Yeah. We always go hit the springs, but
we see on the leg side here that Nellie's come very, very straight.
Yeah.
I think that's probably because Marto's looking to drive quite a bit. So
in the last few overs, they've played a lot straight because they've been coming forward a lot. So
trying to limit that. And
that was a real tennis swipe there.
Yeah, I think she managed to get through that pretty nicely in the end when coming down the crease and foregoing that no ball. So for anyone that doesn't know, if you advance out of your crease, you won't get that no ball for waist too high. So that's only in your batting stance, which often is quite iffy. Oh, a little bit of a...
Nellie's a hard body to try and run into, I think.
She's done a good job there because she's going for the ball, and I mean, Fielder's got right away, so
exactly. She's
never going to get pinged for that.
No, there was no.
She shouldn't.
She shouldn't get pinged for it, but there's a few people I'd rather run into than Nellie.
Yeah.
But they're building a solid.
Marto's practicing her tennis shots out there. She's having a good laugh to her teammates about it too.
She's a calm player. In the face of a final, she's a very calm player.
She's been there and done that. I think this is the third final in a row we see Cranbourne Kings in the NICL.
That's true. They're a consistent, strong side. But no, it takes I think especially kind of someone to start practicing tennis shots and chatting to their friends off the court, but still be able to play such incredible shots. She's very good at switching on and off her cricket mind.
The Kings have been the mainstay of the final series for even before the NICL back when we had the Super League series. They've been a very consistent side for a number of years, but all the sides are pretty even. So it's all
a good dive in the end.
A very nice dive in there, but
Polk's calling for the replay.
Polk's wants the replay, and we'll have a look for you, Polks. We'll let you know, mate. But I reckon you might almost be on the right money there. Oh no, she was safe.
Yeah, it was a good dive in the end. I mean, she needed to put it in. If she didn't dive, it would have been. But we got Tamsin here bowling the last over, which she did a few times in the most recent Vic Opens Nationals.
Oh.
Nick taking a big swipe at it.
Yeah, I think she would have liked to get a little bit more of that and not quite as off the toe end of the bat here. Scores on 64 with 4 balls to go. They're almost halfway in the run chase here. And just a single there from Ames.
Yeah. It's still, although there's been a lot more Rye shots and tennis swiped, it still seems like these two are batting what they're comfortable batting.